Well, hello, retro computing enthusiasts, electronics geeks. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. And this is sort of a follow up to a video I put out not too long ago, um, where I had decided that all of my future home built retro computing projects are going to be on the IBM PC ISA bus. Okay. Um, 8-bit or 16-bit cards so that I can just sort of standardize all of my own projects on one bus. I'll have the ability to go 8 bits or 16 bits, whichever I want to do. So that'll allow me to get like my Z80 project, my Jazz 80 computer on boards and plug them into an expansion bus and build accessory cards that I can plug into the bus really easy. Um, I've got other ideas, maybe a Z180 system, possibly Motorola 68,000 system, 6502 system. And what I would like to do is build a series of expansion cards that will work with whatever processor I want to plug into the bus. So that's kind of the idea I've got. And I said in that previous video I was going to start acquiring prototyping cards for the ISA bus, which I have. Actually, I think I've kind of cornered the market on them. I've bought a lot of them. This is just a few by buying them off of eBay and other places when I see them. So I've got a lot of prototyping cards for the ISA bus. And my idea is I'll build my circuits on prototyping cards, make sure they work in the bus, plug them in, make sure everything works before I actually go to make artwork for custom PC boards, just so that there doesn't have to be an immediate Rev 2 because I screwed up Rev 1 so bad. I'll make sure everything works first. So, okay, so all that's going great. So where does the retro find of the week come in? Well, it's what these boards are sitting on right here. Now, over on my main channel, as some of you may know, I scrap out a lot of industrial equipment to get the gold and precious metals out of them. I do pickups at clients' places. And I get all their old equipment, their computers, their industrial equipment, their whatnot. And, I get the gold, the silver, platinum out of it, whatever. But, and I dispose of it all responsibly. But, but some of the stuff gets diverted to me for my own personal projects when I see something I can use. A piece of vintage computing equipment or some interesting electronics components or whatever. Those won't get processed to get their gold and silver out of them. They'll come to me into my retro computing laboratory here. So, what have I got here? Well, about a week ago, a very large CNC lathe came my way. It weighs the better part of a ton, okay? And I stripped a bunch of stuff off of it, including the control computer for it. And this is kind of an interesting thing. Now, the people who gave it to me had already stripped a lot of parts off of it to keep them as spares for their other machines, which is understandable because some of these parts are very hard to get. They're old. But what they left behind was of great interest to me, especially given what I just told you about my standardizing on the ISA bus. When I got this, I thought, oh my goodness, how fortuitous. So, what have we got here? Well, we've got a box with a 10 slot passive backplane 16-bit ISA bus in it. And it came with a VGA video card and a few other cards which I've removed because they're of absolutely no use to me. They were custom built for running the lathe and had no other purpose in life. But yet, 10 slot, 16-bit IBM ISA bus. I mean, after I came to the conclusion that this was the bus I was going to standardize on. I mean, how great is that? How amazing that something like that can happen. It's a nice box. It's got cooling fans on this end of it, wired into the 12-volt power supply of the bus. It's got keyboard connector, reset button, power light, RS232 connector over here. You can't see all of it. It's in deeply recessed and in shadow there, unfortunately, but it's all there. This was wired to an external power supply, a very large external power supply for the lathe, but I grabbed the cable that connected this box to the power supply, and I can just graft this cable onto an ordinary PC power supply and run this box. That should be fine. So we've got internal and external drive connectors here. Originally, the hard drive was inside and the floppy drive for this machine was on the outside. Yes, it had floppy drives. It's that old. It's got some other connectors in here. Stuff that would normally go to like a motherboard, like the reset switch, the speaker, yada yada, that kind of stuff. And it's got a connector for the RS232 port on the outside and whatnot. So very nice, very nice. And you know, coming with a VGA card is a nice touch. I don't know that I would use this or try to use this with any of my retro projects, although, you know, trying to get, you know, a home-built retro computer to interface with and drive a standard PC VGA card. Now there's a project. That would be an interesting project. Leave a comment if you'd be interested in seeing that. Leave a comment to point me to somebody who's already done it. I would love to see somebody driving one of these cards with a Z80 or a 68,000. Yeah, that would be cool. So leave a comment, point me in that direction, or tell me whether you think it's a good idea. But yeah, I was just so stoked to get this. Amazed at the timing just after deciding that this is the direction I wanted to go in the future with my Jazz 80 and some of my other ideas for retro computers, home-built retro computers now. We're only talking home-built stuff. I've still got an S100 box, and I'm still going to be doing stuff with it. I've still got the Nabu, and I'm still going to be doing stuff with it. I'm just talking about, you know, my homegrown, designed and built by me computer projects from now on are going to go into this box right here, or at least plug into this bus right here. So that's a decision I made just to standardize things, make life easier. But I'm still going to be working on the other stuff, so don't think I'm giving up on the other stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to show this off. I think this was a great retro find of the week. It really made my day when I got it, when I pulled it out of that lathe and said, oh, I've got a use for this. Yeah. So I hope you guys find this interesting too. If so, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see my future videos, where you'll see me building and plugging stuff into this sometime down the road, and we'll see how it all works out. So subscribe to see those future videos. Thanks a lot for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.